Alright, hello everyone, so let's do it. Today's the 20th, so let's start off with gold. Now with gold, as you know, we're a bit in the middle of nowhere here. And swing there on that one was yesterday, so as you can see we're here, so we're either going to go that way or that way, so we don't know, okay? But what can we do? So we just have to stick it out. If you want to wait, it's okay to do so, I think, because this is going to blow out one way or another. What you can do, if you're a gold trader, is on the daily, because we've got room to come down, remember, you can just wait till we get to a better position. That's basically all we can do, which is all the way down here. And there's still gap behind it, so I'm not sure if gold will come all the way down here, at least in the near future, I don't know. But still, we're a bit in the middle of nowhere. Now on the PSD, we don't have a break here. We've got a break on the price, but we don't have a break here. If you're a gold trader, and I know some of you are, what you can do is this. As you can see, the market is snaking along. If I just narrow this down to a 1 hour chart. So because it's snaking along, we're going to break one way or another, aren't we? So if we break down, we've got room to come down. If we break up, we've got room to go up. And you can see we're right in the middle of nowhere. So two things here. At the trading hours, you can buy the lows. Okay, this is one zone. It's a weekly pivot, as you can see. This is another zone where the market bought heavy, okay, but this buying heavy zone, as you can see, didn't cause a breakout on the high of last week's Friday, okay, as you can see. So it's a bit tricky. What you can do is you can trade with a smaller lot size, and then if I take this back into a 15-minute chart, then you can play here. Now this 7:15 is not a bad hour. Okay, so currently it's 6:15 my time. Alright, it's 6:15 my time. But this 6:45, sorry, 6:45, not 7:15, 6:45 is not a bad time. Alright, which is there. So we're on the weekly pivot. This is a trading hour. You want to go long from here, you can. Now there are breakout opportunities today coming towards 11 o'clock again. Alright, so this is 10:45. So from here, if the market does break, we might have a surprise move up or down. So if you're going to enter here, it's got to be with a small tight stop loss, because you know it could be a bad surprise going down as well. So what we're expecting, a surprise move that should take us later on to 3 o'clock. Now if the market changes here, then it should go to 6:20. And beyond 6:20, I'm not sure. Okay, it could keep going or it could just go sideways, not sure. Alright, so we have to be careful around that hour zone there. Okay, here. So that's gold. Now if the gold does go down, how far can we go down? Your PSD is 41, 3,108. So 3,108 is there. This zone, 3,094.99, is down here on the 60. 3,094, as you can see, is 55.48. So 3,094, 3,116. So this is going to be there. Okay, so if it does come down, it's got room to come down. If it goes up, it's got room to go up. If it goes up, where can we go up to? We can go up to 54, which is 3,310. which is there. All right, so that can be a target. And on the weekly, that's it, we're a bit stuck. Okay, so we're in this zone. So we'll have to see how this thing pans out. As you can see, you can just go both ways. Now, if it does, if this is an impulse, remember last week I said this is bearish and the market sold off. Now, if we think about it, we've got Monday. So this Monday has got a breakout here. So if you want to buy to follow this price breakout to the upside, then that 54 level is going to be that 3,310, which is just there. Okay, and that's basically it. So it's doable if you want to go up. That's it. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Now with the euro dollar, yesterday I had that in, so I closed those off. Same thing here, this can just keep pushing upwards. So if you're trading, if you followed me yesterday, I did a case study on this as well yesterday. It's all good. Also guys, if you see that's the 37.5 trading hour market moving in that direction. Okay, so this could also be for us a push to the upside if you want to trade it along. Okay, so when to trade it, well, yeah, 6:45, so half an hour to go. Okay, on that one. Other than that, that's it. You can follow this one up Monday, Tuesday to the upside. Okay, so you should all be good on that one. Where can you get up to? LCL1 is 1320, so you can mark that. 1320 is there. All right, I'm going to get rid of this now, but you can use it if you know technical analysis. If you know how I'm doing technical analysis, you understand what's going on. So not much else to talk about. Okay, and that's basically it. Now when it makes a high Monday, Tuesday, you better make sure you're covering the trade. Okay, yesterday I covered the trade, as you know, and then this was like good all the way up there, and now we're just gonna carry on with it. Okay, so we're just following through and not doing anything different. SP 500. Now Monday was a swing day. I said this zone is a sell zone. Let me just extend this. Yesterday I also said this is a sell zone, and that's the wick. Okay, so that's the manipulation, that's the wick. So we're in the zone still. Okay, and that's Monday. So we'll see how this thing pans out. Obviously, if you want to buy, you have to wait for a pullback. Okay, I still say it's not a good place to buy. Okay, it's just too far out. We've got gaps on the weekly, daily, just not my style. If you're using the PST, that's your 55. We've talked about it. 5879. 5879. Yesterday trading hour 11:30. That's London. This is New York. So you know when you have a weekly PST and you got room to go up, like closing gaps and stuff, it's a trading hour on a weekly PST. It's like bingo trades. So go for it. But other than that, if this thing breaks, if we break below that, then obviously you don't want to be mucking around. Okay, also Monday being a swing day, Tuesday is a swing day for the Dow, for the Nasdaq, so selling the highs, I think it's still okay at trading hours. If you find a setup and you want to sell this zone, you can. I think it's it's got room to come down. So that's that. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. Now, like I said, Dow Jones and Nasdaq's the swing day today. So if you want to basically trade it, all you have to do is sell the highs on both of them. Okay, and that's basically it. Okay, so this is the Dow. Market goes up again yesterday. So that was Friday, so today's a Tuesday. So today's Tuesday, we are up. Selling the highs is what we want to do. Okay. And that's basically it. Now that's a good buy kiss over there. So it looks like the move is to the upside. I talked about the gap there, and I talked about the gap on the daily. Did we? No. No, so not on this one, maybe on Nasdaq. So there's still room to be careful here. Okay. But overall, I'd say I'd be a seller at these levels. On the weekly, that's still far away. That's 43,524. If the market wants to go up again into that zone, you're going to have to play it two ways, because this is a good impulse wave here. So don't stand in front of it trying to sell it unless you have a good setup, because it's looking like a runner. Okay. And the worst kind of runner I don't like is one right at the tops. So yeah. Okay, that's basically it. So just wait for a reaction. Okay, wait for a reaction. And if you want to sell, do it at the end, do it at the highs, and that's it. Because this has got breakout, so this has got room to go up as well. I don't know. Okay, and when in doubt, stay out is my policy. So let's see if there's a reaction to this, and then we'll see how things go. Okay, but it's a swing day. Monday was a swing day for the SP 500. As you can see, that blew up, which is fine because it's still in our range. Remember, you can sell the highs. And today is also on the Dow and the Nasdaq. So selling the highs is okay, but just wait for a reaction or trade at a trading hour. Definitely, and don't just muck around anyway. It's just tricky. Let's take a look at Nasdaq. With Nasdaq as well, Tuesday swing day. Tuesday swing day. All right, so this zone is looking a bit more better. 770, 72. So 21,431,653. 431. Six 72 653. All right, so there still could be. Let's take a look at the weekly. On the weekly, look, it's got support at 56, 21,012. 21,012 was just here. All right, so it's there, and that would have been 11:30 right on the dot. Okay, so this was, as you can see, trading hour pretty much on the price. Okay, and from here the market just shot up into there. Does it still have room to go? It might do. Because Tuesday is a swing day, it doesn't have to be the high there. You'll have to wait for New York. I think 3 o'clock is a good option. Okay, at 3 o'clock, if we find ourselves somewhere at the tops, you can use that hour. Because at 3 o'clock, the market is either gonna, let's say at 3 o'clock we're somewhere at the tops. Okay, it's either gonna push down or up from there. Okay, and accordingly you can also check 620. So you could say to yourself, you know what, I'm not gonna do anything at 3 o'clock, because after 3 o'clock I've got some energetic moves, right? There's volatility after 3 o'clock all the way into 6 o'clock. So you might want to use the 620. Okay, so that might be like a better option. So at 3, let's say at 3 o'clock, we're at a place, the market goes up and then comes back into 620, then you can follow through. Or if it falls down and comes back into 620, you can follow through to the downside. Okay. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin doesn't have a swing day today. It was yesterday. And yesterday we had a fall, as you can see. Now, same with this one. Look, with Bitcoin, the market fell all the way down into, if you're using PST, all of these levels should make sense to you. Look, right to the bottom. Okay. This blue line was drawn after Sunday was over. So yesterday I said selling the highs is okay because we are at the highs. Okay, selling the highs is still okay, but we have a breakout. Okay, so if you follow a breakout to the target, it's fine. Okay, but at the tops, you know, I don't like to buy the tops here. Right. At the end of the day, though, this is a runner on the daily. So we've got a runner. There. Okay. Maybe it'll do a 3 tap and then fall. I don't know. But I don't like to buy the tops, especially where they sold off before. So I'd treat this with caution. If you want to sell the highs, you can. At 80, do I have a price today? 108.123. So 108.123. On the daily. 108.123. On the weekly, yeah, on the weekly we've got room to go, as you can see. This is the place where they sold off. Like I said, I don't like to buy the tops. If it comes back down again, we can wait for this as well. See, we had opportunity to be going long on many of these occasions at the bottoms. So why go long at the top? Sooner or later, even if this is a runner going upwards aggressive, sooner or later it will come to break this level down. Okay, clean the market, and if it wants to go up again, it can go up again from these levels here, either from here or from the high of that bar there. Okay, so you can just pull that there and then wait for it. Okay, I don't think there's any need to be taking risks at the top there. Better to wait for a better setup on this one. Okay, hope that helps. Don't rush it. It's a bit tricky at the tops and bottoms because the market is deciding whether it's going to carry on or it's going to reverse. So when we're at phases of accumulation and distribution, it's a little tricky, and it's important not to get mucked around with in between levels. And this is why using the trading hours at the right price is great, because you got minimum risk when you're trading that way. So at the time when the market is really dangerous, you've got a really good advantage because you've got time and price on your side. Your stop losses can be nice and tight. Okay, I did make a note in the members area for today. I said it could be a flow day. At least it can flow into New York. All right, so be mindful. So if it kind of like flows into New York kind of thing, so be careful. It could just flow until 3 o'clock. All right, and that's that. And be careful about this surprise zone here, because from this 645 situation, if it breaks down, this will keep pushing down. So be careful, because we've got a disruptive aspect happening. Okay.